Hey crafty friends, this is Jen from Katahdin Krafts and welcome back to the Cottage Cutz YouTube channel. Before we start our fun layout this week, I want to congratulate Carol Wortman. You have won this great classic car die cut from my last video. Congratulations, Carol. I'll have all the information listed below for you to collect that die. And if you like and comment on this video, you can be entered into the giveaway to win this lemonade stand. How awesome is that? It's so cute and it is from the brand new release. I am wicked excited to be playing with these today. This is all from the Flowers and More release that has just hit the shop this week. And if you go check it out soon, there is a sale going on right now. Alright, for this video I am featuring the lemonade stand and also the fresh lemonade phrases. I think that they are super adorable as always. And I'm also going to use the lemon branch and the arch sun. All of these dies are in that new Flowers and More release. Now, as you can see, I have gone ahead and I have done my pre-work, and that is cutting out all of the die cuts in the different colors that I wanted to use. And this also, when I do this, like cut out everything from pink, then green, then yellow, so on, then I have it for future pages or future cards. I can share it with friends. So it is just a good way to get a lot done all at once when you're die cutting those out. And now, as you can see, I am planning out my page a bit. I wanted to see how I wanted this to be set up. My kids years ago did do a lemonade stand here at the house. My dad made them this cute little stand that was white. So I went ahead and I used white as my base because that's going to match the photo. When I find it, I will admit that I did give a quick search for it and could not find it. So that means I'm going to have to grab out some old hard drives or discs even to find that, because it was quite a few years ago. But it will be super fun when I find that, and I will have my page all ready to go for that photo. Alright, so I wanted to add a little bit of depth and dimension to my little lemonade stand because it being white. So I went ahead and used a little tonal gray, very light Copic marker and added some shading. And now I'm using a very, very fine tipped pen, and I'm going into those little circles that are indented in the die already. And so it makes it super easy to fill those in, and that would be like where it is nailed together. And then I'm going to also highlight the lemonade on that stand so that just pops out a little bit and you can see it. I didn't do a whole lot to it, I just quickly traced it. And I'm going to add again a little bit more shading, make it look a little bit more distressed on that stand. Now my next step, I am going to piece together all of my little parts. And I always use my packaging to help me with that. And for this, I'm definitely going to use some precision tipped glue, as you can see here. So like magic, now all of the little pieces are put together, except these amazing little ice cubes. I wanted to show you, I'm always raving about the details of these dies, but look at this. This takes the cake. It really does. Look how little and yet meaningful these are. It really just adds to this whole scene. I mean, just a little detail of adding the little ice cubes, and you can see how that just comes alive. Now we have 3 layers on that little picture. We have the base layer, and then we have the lemonade, that's another layer that you can cut out, and then all those little ice cubes. So that just gives dimension as you're putting those together. And now I'm going to assemble these cute little lemons that come in the stand with the little stem, and that's going to decorate the front of my stand as well as the little banner that I put together. I used the green as the base in this banner, and then it has extra little pendants. Is it pendants? I'm not sure if that's the word for those. Well, anyway, they have little extra ones, and I went every other and made a little pattern, and those are a little bit bigger, but I like that. I like the way that the size varies, and I like that look. But there's so many different ways I could handle that, or you can handle that. And then of course you could double them up. You can do all sorts of things with that. So now we're just going to place that lemonade stand with the sun behind it. I know that this is yellow on yellow, but I kind of like the way that monochromatic is working. And also, let me back up just a little bit. Now, this is an 8x8 layout, so my black piece underneath was 8x8, and then my pattern paper, that polka dotted yellow paper, is 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. And then my photo spot is just some pattern paper, and I did make that a little bit smaller than a 4x6 photo in order for that to fit really well on an 8x8 frame. So if you do print to 4x6, you can just trim it down. Most of the time there's extra background that doesn't need to go on the photo, so you can really focus on your subjects. So I made my photo mat 6 inches, and then that pattern paper that will most likely probably end up being covered up by the photo, but for right now, until I find that, it just holds the spot really well. And I could double mat that would also work, but that is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'll have all those measurements out on the blog post for you, so you can find those if you would like. And I kind of like the way that the packaging showed this lemonade stand phrase. It had the pink and then that lime green and then the black, and I thought that that was going to work really well on the pattern paper that I selected, so I went ahead with that. Again, I find that colored packaging super helpful every time that I use these dies. And I'm going to just assemble all of this together. And now I've got a title and some embellishments, and I'm all set to add that photo. And I also love these little splooshes, the little splashes, splooches. And I went ahead and I wanted to just add the color. It looks, these colors really emphasize summer, which let's all hope that that is coming soon, because we are getting hammered here with some cold temperatures. Saturday isn't even supposed to get above -6, so yikes. But anyway, I added those color splooches to make that whole title section really stand out and be bright. And to balance out my page, I'm going to add that lemon branch to the upper right hand corner of my photo mat. And I'm just tacking that down with just a little bit of glue so it's held in place, but I will still be able to lift that off later for a photo. And now to add a little bit of dimension to my lemons, I'm just going to put a little bit of tonal gray Copic marker on them. And that just adds just a little bit of detail, and now our page is all set. And this just goes to show how versatile these Cottage Cutz dies really are. They can be used on your scrapbook layouts as embellishments or in cards. And yeah, they're very, very versatile. So thank you very much for crafting with me again this week. And make sure that you like and comment below for your chance to win the lemonade stand die. And also make sure you head on over to that Cottage Cutz blog. There is daily inspiration there for you. I will have that linked below. And I will see you again in a couple of weeks. Take care and happy crafting!